When I tell you Berry Gordy, he gonna have to deal with the devil. He gonna have to sit down face to face with the devil with his hot fishy breath. Cause I always imagined the devil to have hot fish breath. Michael Jackson's vote was just one of 6 when it came to the group decision. The 5 brothers plus Joseph. When Jermaine left the group, young Randy took his place in the lineup, though he would rarely sing leads. Marlon took most of Jermaine's parts in the songs, and Jermaine's solo hits were, of course, never performed by the group. Though it was obvious that Michael was probably the most important member of the group, the family did not want to allow him any special consideration. It was feared that if he was bolstered too much, Michael might one day have the confidence to separate himself from the group, which was the last thing they wanted to happen. Michael recognized their fear. When Joseph signed the boys to CBS TV to do a television series in 1976, Michael made it clear that he did not want to participate. However, he was outvoted. The Jacksons was a 30-minute program that ran for 4 weeks featuring the family with celebrity guest stars. The first episode aired June 16, 1976. As in the family's Las Vegas act, LaToya, Janet, and Rebe participated in the series too. Rebe? Why'd she do it? Did she think that she was going to get like extra security or something? Because you know she is Scary Mary. Rebe got bad nerves. It was the first time a black family had ever starred in a television series. And if the show received decent ratings, there was a chance CBS might pick it up in January as a mid-season replacement. Michael was miserable. Lou, why every time I be trying to read over here, you always over there making up all that daggone noise? Lulu! Shit. Unfortunately for him, the ratings were solid enough for CBS to order more episodes. To begin airing in January 1977, Michael cringed, and then he signed on the dotted line. Today he refers to the venture as that stupid TV series. It was a dumb move to agree to do it, he says, and I hated every minute of it. In the end, Michael's instincts about the program were inadvertently on target. The Jacksons proved to be more trouble than it was worth. Apparently, someone at CBS TV, probably a hapless assistant in the art department, accidentally used a picture of the old Jackson 5 with Jermaine in a TV Guide advertisement for the Jackson series. That's a very big deal. That is a big snafu. Considering that Jermaine is no longer with the Jacksons, okay, and he is now exclusively signed to Motown. And you know the Berry Gordy is going to be on the line, you know, with his lawyer on the three-way or on the speakerphone. Okay. Lulu. Hey baby, why your eyes so red? You was in the pool today? Mommy gonna give you a Benadryl. Okay. As soon as Joseph alerted CBS to the mistake, the network pulled the ad and sent a letter to Motown apologizing for it and promising that it would never happen again. Too late. Berry Gordy don't give a fuck about your apologies. He don't care nothing about how many times. He don't care if you got on your knees and kiss his feet. He don't care. Show him the money. Motown used the goof as an opportunity to amend its original lawsuit against the group, raising the damages sought from $5 million to $20 million. Joseph tried to prove that he had been treated unfairly by Motown, even going so far as to forsake his pride. He admitted in his deposition that on that fateful day in Detroit, July 26, 1968, when he sat with Barry's attorney, Ralph Seltzer, and was presented with the contract, he didn't read it before allowing his children to sign it. Ralph even backed Joseph up, admitting in his deposition, "I do not recall that any of them, the Jackson Five or Joseph Jackson, read it through in its entirety prior to signing." Why not? Joseph explained, "Because the extent of my formal education is through the 11th year of high school." I mean, it is what it is, baby. Sit down. In the end, Barry would be awarded $600,000 in damages, including unrepaid advances and some compensation for the group having signed with CBS before the Motown contract had officially expired. Yeah, that was kind of crazy, Joseph. More importantly, and maybe surprisingly to some, the Jacksons agreed to surrender royalties due them on recordings they made before December 1st, 1979. And on future releases of recordings made before March 11th, 1976. In other words, on all of their hits. It actually wasn't unusual for a Motown act to abandon their royalties in order to settle things with Motown. You know who did that? Florence Ballard. When I tell you Bird Gordy, he gonna have to deal with the devil. He gonna have to sit down face to face with the devil with his hot fishy breath. Cause I always imagined the devil to have hot fish breath, kind of like the wolf back home. I don't know if you guys have like a wolf everywhere else, but I know we did. Okay, and that shit smelled like old crabs breath, and that's what I imagine the devil breath to smell like. And Berry Gordy is going to have to sit in front of the devil one day in his hot wolf breath and explain to the devil why he made the decisions that he made. When the judge ruled in Motown's favor, Motown's vice president, Michael Rothschild, said, "This is a gratifying day, not because of our winning, but because it was a matter of principle. It was enough to make some observers sick to their stomach." The first Jacksons album for CBS, The Jacksons, was released in the spring of 1977 on the Epic label. The Jacksons spawned one major hit for the group, "Enjoy Yourself," their first single for Epic, a roll-licking dance number. It went on to become their most successful record since Dancing Machine 3 years earlier. The single went to number 6 on the pop charts, but because it was the only hit from the album, the Jacksons peaked at only number 36 on the American charts. Not great. Now, you know Joseph Jackson somewhere peeling the skin off his thumb. You know daggone well he can't take that. God damn it, you mean to tell me our first effort after leaving Motown is not quite a flop, but somewhat of? Meanwhile, Motown issued its own Jackson's album, Joyful Jukebox Music, compiled from some of those previously unreleased songs for which the group had been charged. What? Barry is a nigga. In what seemed like a crass attempt to cash in on CBS's promotion of the group, the Motown album was the first Jackson 5 album not to enter the top 200 in America, and did even worse in the UK. It also served to dilute the impact of the new CBS product. As Michael would put it, Berry Gordy was playing hardball, of course. The Jacksons' showing on the pop charts proved disappointing, but not as upsetting as the showing of Jermaine's record. After all the public and private angst about whether he should go with his father and brothers or stay with Gordy, My Name is Jermaine peaked at just 164 on the top 200. The single, Let's Be Young Tonight, only went to number 55. In the UK, Jermaine didn't matter at all to record-buying audiences. This was a terrible shame. Jermaine deserved better from Motown in terms of promotion. By the time Michael Jackson turned 19 in August 1977, he was one of the best known entertainers of recent years, the idol of many young women. While his brothers often availed themselves of the sexual opportunities presented to them on the road, Michael never followed suit. Though much of Michael's music has had a sexual edge over the years and his dancing has often been suggestive, he was not sexually adventurous as a young man. You know what is the sexiest Michael Jackson song? I ain't even gonna lie. That motherfucking Lady in My Life. There'll be no darkness tonight, 'cause lady, our love will shine, lighting the night, girl. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. God damn, Lou. Human nature is pretty sensual. You know, it makes you feel free. Like you just want to, you know, eat an edible and just drop the top and ride. But that goddamn lady in my life. You are the lady. You're my lady. I think it's fun that girls think I'm sexy. Michael told me in 1977. But I don't think that about myself. It's all just fantasy, really. I like to make my fans happy, so I might pose or dance in a way that makes them think I'm romantic. But really, I guess I'm not that way. As recently as the Martin Bashir interview in 2003, Michael said that actress Tatum O'Neal, who was 13 in the summer of 1977, was his first girlfriend.
You say that you love